That's a plan. You got a plan right there. So, home defense, we're going to build it, we're going to practice it. Remember that. Build it and practice it. Build it and practice it. It does no good to build it if you're not going to practice it. Realistic training. Let's talk about the next topic. When we were talking about this on break, let's talk about police response times. Let's talk about prioritizing calls. Let's talk about minimum staffing. And right now in this country, our police departments are below minimum staffing. So minimum staffing is, let's say that this is a jurisdiction, this is a city. And I want you to know, when I say police department, I mean sheriff's department, police department. We're talking about law enforcement agencies. So the jurisdiction where you live, and your area is going to be a lot bigger than this, the jurisdiction where you live is divided into AORs, so area of responsibilities. These may be patrol zones. We have zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ideally, each zone for this size city population, that's going to change. Ideally, each zone should have 2 officers. So when one officer is busy, another officer is there to handle calls. So that's ideally what's going to happen. This is proper staffing for this particular agency, but we're below minimum staffing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 officers, they're gone, because we can't hire anybody, we can't retain anybody, we're being defunded, we're having to everything is spread really thin. So they're gone. Now what do we have? We have 4 officers to work 5 zones. Well, we get a homicide, or we get a domestic violence call with a weapon where somebody's been injured. So there goes these 2 officers. They're done. They're gone. They're busy for a while. Now you have 2 officers to work the entire 20, 30, 40 square mile city. Again, this is going to depend on what city we're talking about and what jurisdiction, what county we're talking about. But now we've only got 2 officers to work this. Okay, so they're tied up. This officer has to respond to a DUI crash with injuries. Well, he's tied up. He or she's tied up now. You've got 1 officer, we get an armed robbery. This officer is going alone. Hopefully, we have detectives that can come out of the department and help out some of these guys. There's a lot of departments that are pulling detectives from their CID assignment, their investigative assignment, and say, you know what, you got to put on a uniform and get out there. That's below staffing. That's going to hurt customer service, and police work is customer service. So now we have nobody available. Your 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old daughter is at home and she hears on the back basement door. She calls the police. You guys are at a play or at the movies, out to dinner. She's babysitting your other kids, and she calls the police. Someone is trying to break in. Someone's trying to kick in my door. Please hurry. You know what she's going to be told under this day and time with defunding the police and minimum staffing? She's going to be told, I am so sorry. We'll get somebody there as soon as we can. We're prioritizing calls. And you know what that dispatcher is going to do? That dispatcher is going to look at the calls holding, and she's going to put that attempted burglary call in a level of priority. If we have a domestic violence case pending where somebody's been stabbed, guess where the police are going first? If we have an armed robbery call and that's pending, guess where the police are going first? It could be an hour and a half. It could be 15 minutes, or it could be an hour and a half. Well, you know, the saying goes that when terror strikes in just a matter of seconds, the police are 15 or 20 minutes away. So that's why we go back to having a plan, because of words like minimum staffing, prioritizing calls. Police officers mean well. They want to get there as quick as they can. They want to save the day. They want to save lives, reduce injuries. But you know what? If they're minimum staffing, they have priorities. Police work is customer service. So that's why it circles back around to where you have absolutely got to have a plan. You have to have the means in your house to protect yourself. You have to be trained with those. You have to know the legal justifications and being reasonable to use that item to protect yourself. So we have to have a plan. It goes right back around to build it and practice it. You've got to have a plan. The police may not be responding right away. Remember, these are area of assignments, areas of responsibility, AOR, and they're different zones. It's minimum staffing. They're going to hold the call on you. So let's take a quick break. Grab your goggles. We'll go out and work with some inert pepper spray, and we'll move you up to the next level. Any questions on that?